Korean company dinners, widely known as Hoesik, are deeply rooted in the nation's corporate culture and reflect its hierarchical traditions. Unlike casual after-work meetups among colleagues, these gatherings often carry the weight of organizational formality. They are not merely about eating and drinking together. They are designed as an extension of the workplace, where order, rank, and responsibility continue to play a central role. A typical Korean company dinner begins immediately after office hours. The boss or team leader usually takes the initiative, selecting the venue and setting the tone for the evening. Employees often feel obligated to attend, even if they would prefer to go home, because absence can be seen as a lack of loyalty or commitment to the team. This subtle pressure is one of the defining characteristics of the Korean Hoesik. The structure usually unfolds in stages. The first stage, or first round, is typically dinner at a Korean barbecue restaurant or a casual eatery. Here, food is served in abundance, but the real focus is on drinking rituals. Pouring drinks for one another is not just a sign of politeness, but an act embedded in the culture of hierarchy. Junior employees pour drinks for their seniors with both hands, and seniors often return the favor to show benevolence. Refusing a drink can sometimes be interpreted as disrespect, although attitudes are slowly changing among younger generations. After the first round, many groups move on to the second round. This may take place at a bar, a soju house, or a place specializing in late-night snacks. Conversations tend to loosen up as alcohol flows more freely. Hierarchy still exists, but the boundaries become more flexible. This is one of the few moments when junior employees can speak more candidly with their seniors, often leading to the saying that real networking happens after work. For some teams, the evening extends further into a third round, which traditionally involves karaoke. Singing together is seen as a bonding activity that helps break down walls and reinforces team unity. However, the late hours and continuous rounds of alcohol can make the whole process exhausting for employees, who may need to return to work early the next morning. Despite being framed as a way to strengthen camaraderie, the hierarchical undertone is unavoidable. Seating arrangements often reflect rank, with the boss or senior staff positioned in the center or at the head of the table. Conversation topics can also revolve around work, reinforcing the idea that the company dinner is not fully separate from professional duties. In recent years, change has been underway. Younger workers are pushing for self-choice participation, and some companies have adopted policies making Hoesik attendance voluntary. The rise of work-life balance. Awareness has also reduced the number of late-night gatherings. Still, in many traditional firms, the expectation remains attending the company. Dinner is not only about sharing food, but also about showing loyalty, respect, and acknowledgement of workplace hierarchy. In short, the Korean company dinner is structured, layered, and guided by hierarchy. It is as much about reinforcing organizational ties as it is about eating or drinking. While modernization is slowly reshaping its character, the influence of hierarchy ensures that it remains a powerful tool of corporate culture in Korea. In the Philippines, workplace gatherings are relaxed, voluntary, and focused on enjoyment rather than obligation. They often take the form of office parties or team-building activities, where food is the highlight. Tables are filled with local dishes like lechon, pancit, and barbecue, with conversations and laughter taking center stage. Alcohol may be present, but it is secondary to sharing meals and bonding. A key difference is inclusivity. Family and friends are often invited, making the event more like a community celebration than a work function. Gatherings usually last only a few hours, respecting personal time, and many companies organize outings at resorts or beaches for team building and fun. Overall, Filipino workplace gatherings emphasize warmth, food, and togetherness. Unlike Korea's hierarchy-driven dinners, they foster natural bonds in a light, family-like atmosphere. One of the clearest contrasts between Korean and Philippine workplace gatherings is the centerpiece of the event. In Korea, alcohol plays a dominant role. Sharing drinks is not just a social activity, but also a ritual that reflects respect, hierarchy, and team bonding. Junior employees pour drinks for seniors with both hands, and it is often considered impolite to refuse a glass offered by a superior. As a result, alcohol consumption becomes an unspoken expectation, and the evening's mood is largely shaped by how much and how long people drink together. In the Philippines, however, the spotlight shifts away from alcohol and onto food. While beer or liquor might be served, it is never the core of the gathering. Instead, meals are abundant, diverse, and central to the experience. Dishes like lechon, pancit, grilled meats, and shared desserts symbolize generosity and hospitality. Eating together is viewed as a way to strengthen personal bonds and create a friendly, communal atmosphere. This difference also highlights deeper cultural values. In Korea, drinking culture often reinforces workplace hierarchy, but also provides moments for employees to speak more openly with superiors. In the Philippines, the act of eating and sharing food emphasizes inclusivity, warmth, and equality within the group. In short, Korean gatherings are structured around alcohol as a social glue, while Philippine gatherings thrive on food as a cultural connector. Both achieve bonding, but in strikingly different ways. Time is another area where Korean and Philippine workplace gatherings diverge. In Korea, company dinners often stretch late into the night. What begins as a meal can evolve into multiple rounds: dinner, drinking, then karaoke, sometimes lasting until early morning. This long commitment reflects the traditional expectation that employees should dedicate personal time to strengthen group loyalty. While it fosters team spirit, it often blurs the boundary between work and private life, leaving employees tired the next day. In the Philippines, gatherings are generally shorter and lighter. Office parties or team dinners usually last only a few hours, and team-building trips are planned as one-day or weekend events with clear schedules. The emphasis is on having fun, without intruding too much into personal or family time. Respect for individual balance means people can enjoy the event and still maintain their routines. The contrast is clear. Korean gatherings can feel like an extension of work, demanding significant time and energy, while Philippine gatherings function more as celebrations designed to refresh employees rather than drain them. This reflects each country's broader approach to work life. Balance Korea's collectivist focus on duty versus the Philippines' cultural value of family and personal well-being. The biggest difference between Korean and Philippine workplace gatherings lies in the sense of obligation. In Korea, company dinners are often perceived as mandatory. Even when attendance is technically optional, employees may feel pressured to join because of hierarchy and expectations from superiors. This can create stress as workers balance personal needs with the unspoken demand to demonstrate loyalty. In the Philippines, gatherings are largely voluntary and framed as opportunities to relax. Participation is encouraged but not forced, and the atmosphere is more casual and family-like. Employees can choose to attend without fear of negative consequences, which makes the events more enjoyable and inclusive. Both cultures aim to strengthen bonds among co-workers, but the methods reflect different values. Korea emphasizes hierarchy, duty, and group solidarity, while the Philippines highlights hospitality, equality, and respect for personal balance. In short, Korean gatherings are about obligation within the team, while Philippine gatherings are about voluntary connection and shared joy.